We've only got like 12 minutes left with Fritz Springmeier. He'll be back with us 1 a.m. during the 27-hour broadcast. That'll be Friday morning, the first hour, I guess, of Friday. And we'll have free video streaming boxes at InfoWars and Prison Planet. We're going to try to fire those up tomorrow for Tuesdays and Wednesday's show ahead of the 4th annual funding mechanism here, the InfoWars Money Bomb 2011. Don't forget, we have 15 days free now. You can sign up and do a 15-day free deal at prisonplanet.tv. Get the nightly news, all of it. We are listener-supported. We're doing this because of your support and growing exponentially. If we're going to fight the globalists, might as well do it 110%. Now, in the little bit of time we've got left here until you come back, people obviously wanted to hear about what happened to you, what went on. It's a great window into our society, Fritz Springmeier. But in the 12 minutes we've got left, now 11 minutes, I want to just throw issues out at you and get a quick response in a minute or so to get your view and your take on things. But first, and if you don't have it in front of you, I forgot to tell you, find it and we'll have it at the end. But is there an address where folks can write and get Bloodlines, the Illuminati, or your other books? How do people, is there an email? How do folks contact you?
Okay, they can contact me at springmeiermessages@hotmail.com. And they need to spell my name, Springmeier, SPRINGMEIER, and then messages@hotmail.com. That will, and then of course, the Bloodlines book is available from you. So I recommend that they buy it from you, actually.
Well, fantastic. Again, folks can go to the Springmeier site right there, and it's very important to support you, obviously, so that you can defend yourself again if they try to set you up. We need to get you back on that original work you were doing, but hopefully then my dad always told me, he's a really smart guy, he said, son, even before I got on radio, he said, when you go up against big crooks, they tend to just ignore you, but if you go up against little local corrupt people, or little criminals, that's who you actually got to worry about. And I think the fact that you were right in the middle of a nest of them is why they set you up and did that. But moving on along here, let me just throw issues out at you. Playing God, genetic engineering, we already covered that to a certain extent. What about Al-Qaeda, 9/11, the mind control of 9/11, the system now putting Al-Qaeda in charge in Libya, in Egypt, in trying in Syria? I mean, in plain view, saying we're taking your rights because of Al-Qaeda, but Al-Qaeda is trying to attack you, so we're going to put them in charge. What's the whole Al-Qaeda, Saudi Arabian situation and the whole New World Order constellation?
Well, we're working on a number of agendas there, but 2 agendas, and they tie into what you were saying about death. 2 of the agendas is we're working towards a world war, and we're also working towards a world religion where they're going to destroy all fundamental religions and replace it with their world religion, which will be a satanic-based religion. And so Christianity and fundamental Islam are being discredited, and you have a lot of fundamentalists that are being exploited by the media to make people reject Christianity and Islam. So we got that agenda going. We've got also the process where they're bringing all these elements together to create another world war. You know, all of these agendas, like you were saying, you summed it all up by just saying it's death. One of the things that means so much to us are our children. And one of their agendas is to take away the right to have children. You'll notice the process. And when I was in counseling in college, my professor said, if you're looking at a situation, don't look at the details, because the details may be contradictory, but look at the process. You'll see that there's a process to create a world war. You'll see there's a process to discredit Christianity. You'll see there's a process here in many, many different ways to discredit the idea of people having children. And at some point, the government will be able to take that over, produce children in factories, and then, of course, will have the mind control full blown. Then they can produce whatever they want. If they need a certain model soldier, they'll produce it. If they need a certain model slave labor, they'll produce that slave. They'll be under that type of mind control. That's the program, like a computer. Basically, what they'll be creating is human robots. And they've been doing that already, so that they've already have the ability to do that. It's just that there's still some of us around that are free men that think with are still free thinkers.
Well, that's one of their mind control programs, is to tell us we don't have free will. We're not allowed to have our own moral beliefs, but they have theirs. They all know it's about free will. They want to tell you there's no free will, and they admit the military with the drills and the codes and the files, it's all about making you do something over and over again until it just becomes automatic. That's what TSA, always wanting more, power. Again, it's about training us, breaking our will. What's the time frame, Fritz, on all this? I mean, everybody can feel it. We're going into an incredible time. Why are people in their gut, not just intellectually, so upset right now? What's coming?
Wow, the time frame that I had been originally given by people that had listened into planning sessions isn't working out. So I think that they went from the quick plan to some long-range plan. And so I'm going to say, like, within 10 or 20 years, we should see the realization of pretty much of all the agenda. I would expect within 10 years that we will have had some kind of a major cataclysmic world war. I would say the United States as we know it will not exist in 20 years. You won't recognize whatever is here politically in relationship to the United States we understand.
Bingo. Let me stop you right there because George Bush, the UN, they were going to have the capping in 2000 of the pyramid, but they said, no, the great work is not complete. I watched on PBS an open public satanic Illuminati ritual broadcast worldwide with George Herbert Walker Bush there, and they said the great work is not done. They had a long-term accelerated program. The good news is it's not working the way they wanted. They're able to devastate certain groups, but it's actually having the opposite effect, and that it's waking up a lot of people. They've actually said they've had to switch their program, and so can we get a reprieve like Nineveh? I'm not saying it'd be 100 years, but in a way it looks like we've gotten a reprieve for a while to have a chance to wake more people up so that their spirits can be in the right place.
Yes, God. I blame God for that. We can sum up all of these different factors that brought this reprieve up in just the word divine intervention. Yeah, we have. They've switched from the fast track to the slow track. But they still intend to carry out their global tyranny and their global slavery and all these other agendas that you've been exposing. But yeah, you're right. What you said was so well said. I couldn't have said it better.
And again, it seems like a fast track right now, but it would be even faster. Look, there's also a lot of good people left on the planet. And God, the universe, whatever people want to call it, is giving people a chance to get out there and warn people, because there is a universal law. That's why the Illuminati follows it. Like the vampire has to get permission to come in your house. For this system to come through, everybody's got to have a chance to hear the truth repeatedly. Do you agree with that universal law? Yeah, I agree with that.
Well said. God's given this planet a respectable chance, and we're not going to be able to face him on Judgment Day and say, well, I didn't know, or I didn't have a chance, because the chance has been offered.
And of course, they say it's not where you're going, it's the journey. This is the test. We really do have free will. That's why all of this has happened. I mean, God creates us, knows us before we're in our womb, but it is the free will. And people say, well, God's God. God already knows this is going to happen. It doesn't matter. It sets the system in motion, and within that is the free will. And it depends on what we do, much of the course of things within that stream. God has basically foreordained. It's so complex. It's predestined, but it's not. I mean, do you see what I'm saying?
You're right on. We have free will within the context of God knowing exactly what's going to happen because he's above history. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Fritz, we've only got a minute left. Anything else you'd like to add? I'm looking forward to our hour-long interview this Friday.
Oh, just encourage people to have hope. That's the big goal and the big assignment that I have now from the Lord is to get out there and give people hope. If people don't have hope, if they throw their hope away, they're not going to move forward in life. And so hopefully what's happened with me will be encouraging to people, that they will see that in spite of it being dealt a bad set of cards, that you can still do something with it, and that they would be encouraged, and likewise they would get out there and do something positive with their life instead of just cursing the darkness and hiding from it.
Fritz, we're out of time. I'll say bye to you in a moment. Retransmission starts now, but it is the journey. It is the test. Do good on the test. That's the whole point, folks. Face the evil. You don't need me to tell you that humanity is in a deep crisis. Everyone can feel it. We know a tectonic struggle is now taking place between the forces of freedom and those who love darkness, bondage, and enslavement. Yes, my friends, evil is rising. But take heart. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Recently, New World Order operative Hillary Clinton admitted they're losing the info war.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
The globalists are scared. They've overreached. The future of the info war is in your hands. Join prisonplanet.tv. Download the thousands of special video reports, ebooks, and more, and get them out to everyone you know. Continue to spread the word about the broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and every other globalist propaganda platform. We are going to use their system against them. The info war now goes into high gear.